Hey, good morning, all. So I'm going to introduce to you a new method of elaboration called parenthesis. All right. Um, it sounds like a big scary word, but really it's not as complicated as it may sound. And I like parenthesis because it's another relatively simple way to add information to our writing by either amplifying or drawing attention to or explaining our thoughts and ideas in our writing. All right. And so um, here are three examples, okay? My students, the greatest kids on earth, are a joy to work with. I went on a cold, really cold hike this morning. I am really tired, like, can't keep my eyes open, tired. Okay, terrible acting. All right. But what you'll notice is what's in green are what we call parentheticals or examples of parenthesis, okay? And so what is cool about these is they are in the true spirit of elaboration, which is just more, right? And so when you guys hear the word elaboration or elaborate, I just want you to think more. Um, that's where we add information to whatever we're doing. Yesterday we did that with clarification. Today we're doing that with parenthesis. Okay. Now, because these are just additions, all right, we can take them out without changing the meaning of the sentence or without changing the grammatical um, uh, without changing the grammar of the sentence. Okay, so notice I can take out the greatest kids on earth, and I'm left with my students are a joy to work with. I went on a cold hike this morning. I am really tired this morning. All right, these three that I just added information to what I was already saying. Okay, and so here are some key things to understand about parenthesis. As I just went over, it's its own word. All right, or phrase that we could take out of the sentence and the sentence still makes sense, okay? Inserted is a key word here. Usually they're between words. Sometimes they can come at the end, as in this example down here, but most of the time they come in between words, as in these examples right up here, okay? There are three types of punctuation to be used with parentheses: commas, dashes, and parentheses, all right? If you'll notice up here, I use commas, I use dashes, and then I used um, parentheses, all right? Well, how do I know which one to use? Well, it depends on how much attention you want to call to it. And the difference is the different forms of punctuation call greater attention, call lesser or greater attention, okay? Commas create the least attention, dashes create more, and then hyphens, or excuse me, parentheses create the greatest amount of attention, okay? You're probably familiar with commas, you're probably familiar with parentheses, you may not be familiar with dashes, all right? And dashes are basically just a double hyphen, guys. It is the key, and hyphens are found in that key next to the zero on your keyboard, and you just hit it twice, and that creates what we call a dash, all right? And so, for example, you can't see me doing it here, all right? But boom, boom, I just hit that twice, and it creates what we call a dash. Okie dokie. All right. And then remember, parenthesis is added to the sentence, meaning it can be taken out and the sentence still makes sense. So don't forget that piece. All right. So with this, today's task, I want you to please use parenthesis at least twice in your developing draft 1.1, which is your third draft, okay? And then please highlight those in green as in the examples above. All right, so that's our introduction and walkthrough for parenthesis. Hopefully it makes sense. Give it a shot today again. We're just trying to grow as writers, so that is what I need you to try to do. All right, just grow as writers today. Take some risks, give it a shot. All righty?